Welcome back to section 7.3, page 2. And I should have said earlier, go ahead and pause the video, do your classwork, and then come on back for example number 38. Okay, in example 38, we're asked, if 12 erasers cost $8.04, Mrs. Orton bought $14.07 worth of erasers, how many erasers did she buy? Okay, well, we can kind of guess to get a feel. If 12 cost $8, then how many would cost 14? Well, 8 is almost half of 14. So, if we go double, then you probably have double the amount of erasers. So approximately 24. Not quite, because 8 times 2 is 16, not 14. But that gives us a gut feel. Okay, this is set up perfectly for a proportion. So when we set up the proportion, we want to know what goes in the numerator of the fraction and what goes in the denominator. It doesn't matter how you go about doing it. So since they say 12 erasers, I'm going to put erasers. That comes first. So I'm going to put erasers. So number of erasers in the numerator. And then in the denominator, I'm going to put the cost. Okay, so that's the way we're setting up our proportion. So 12 erasers, that goes in the numerator. In the denominator goes $8.04. And that's going to equal, remember, proportion is just an equation between two fractions. Then she spent $14.07. Well, where does that go? The numerator or the denominator? Well, it's an amount of money, it's the cost, so we're going to put it down here. We don't know how many erasers, so we're going to go ahead and put X in that. Okay, so that will be, X will be the number of erasers. Okay, let's go ahead and solve it. We know that we're going to solve a proportion using cross multiplication. So we're going to say 8.04 times X, and I'm going to leave the dollar sign out now. Looks like I left it out there anyway. And then 12 times 1407. Okay, so at this point, if you want to go ahead and use a calculator just to make things a little bit, well, I guess I shouldn't really say that. Let's go ahead. We can do it. Let's multiply it out. It's good practice. So 2 times 7 is 14, and then carry the 1 over there. And 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. Then put your 0 placeholder in, and then we get 7, and then 0, and then 4, and then 1. Go ahead and add it up. Okay, and that's what we get. Remember how we're going to do the decimal point? We move it over 2 places, 1, 2. So we end up with 8.04x equals what? 168.84. Okay, now if you remember your algebra here, to get rid of this 8.04, it's multiplied. So we're going to divide by it on both sides. All right, so what are we going to get? Well, they cancel out here and we get an X, and then we have to do this long division, so that's good practice for us. Okay, so what we're trying to do is 168.84 divided by 8.04. Well, the problem with that is we've got a decimal point here, so we're going to move it 2 places over, and then we move it 2 places over. Okay, so we're doing 804 into 16884. Okay, so what do we get there? Well, it goes in, it looks like it's going to go into, look at the 8 and look at the 16, 2 times. So we're going to have to put it all the way over here to line it up, because that's going to give us 8, and then a 0, and then a 16, okay? So then when we subtract here, we get 8 and we get 0. I know I did that in the wrong order, but I saw what it was going to be. 804 is 1. We get 804 here, and we're done. So what's the answer? 21. So to answer the questions, how many erasers did she buy? She bought 21 erasers. Okay, and our guess was around 24, so we weren't too far off. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, do the classwork example, and read the definition of unit rate, and then come back for the example. All right, we're back, and now you know that a unit rate, so this is just another word for fraction. Okay, they still want you to create a fraction here, and they're telling you that you want the denominator to be 1. So it says use unit rates to determine which is a better buy. 32 ounces of shampoo for $5.50 or 12 ounces of shampoo for $2.50. So this happens to us in the store. You know, should we buy the bigger product or not? Well, most of the labels now have on it a price per ounce, but that's what we're going to figure out. So we're going to calculate the price per ounce, and then we can compare, okay, and know what is the better deal. So here, if we're going to calculate price per ounce, that means the price per means divided by, okay? So we're going to take the 32 ounces, okay, and we want so this is the 32 ounce shampoo. What are we going to do? A unit rate would be $5.50 over 32 ounces. Okay, so that's going to be price divided by ounces. Okay, so we're going to do that. So that means we have $5.50 divided by 32. Okay, so let's start. We're going to bring that decimal point straight up. So 32 goes into there how many times? Well, definitely once. Will it go twice? No, because that's 64. So let's put 1 down there. Then we're going to subtract, and what do we get? 3, 2, 0. Okay, so how many times does it go in? Well, I'm going to look at the 3 and I'm going to look at the 23, and I'm going to say 3 goes into 23 about 7 times. So hopefully that will work. Okay, you can go off to the side and figure it out, but we're going to get 14 there, and then the 1, so 21 and 1 would be 22. Ooh, we just barely made it there. Okay, so that 0 came right down there. When we subtract here, we're going to get a 6, and then we bring down a 0. Okay, how many times does 32 go into 60? Once, 32. Okay, so obviously when we subtract there, we get 8, 28. We can see that we're going to go on for a while with this. So let's go ahead. Maybe we don't need to go any further. Let's figure out what the 12 ounces are. So 12 ounce shampoo. Okay, how do we do that one? Well, we take the price, $2.50, and divide it by the ounces, 12 ounces, and figure out what we get there. So that's $2.50 divided by 12. So what are we going to get? Well, bring the decimal point up again. 12 goes into 25 2 times. That gives us 24. And then we subtract there and we get 10. Well, it doesn't go in at all there. Okay, but the question is, do we need to go any further? What we're finding is that here it's 17 cents, here it's 20 cents. So we can answer the question. We don't need to continue dividing these out. So what is the better buy? Well, the better buy is the one that's cheaper. So the better buy is the less expensive shampoo. Since the 32 ounce size is 0.17 cents or $0.17 per ounce, and the 12 ounce size is, well, I guess to round here I should keep going. We're just going to be happy with that. Is 20 cents per ounce. Okay, since that's the case, then we could say the 32 ounce size is the better buy. Okay, so the better buy is a less expensive shampoo. 32 ounce size is 17 cents, 12 ounce size is 20 cents. So 32 is less than the 12, so that makes it the better buy. Okay, that concludes this section. Go ahead and do your classwork and then move on to your homework.